Good morning, everybody, and some interesting price action here on Euro USD. So the first thing that we were waiting for yesterday was a retest of this area at 107,808, but you do have a gap, and it's a weekly gap. If I just get the right tool, and the weekly gap is right over there. We have tested it, but that's not closed. So 107,885. What I mean by not closed is there's no body that is closed up there. It's a tail. So there's always a probability of it coming back to test that. What is happening though, we do have a fairly strong diagonal trend line forming. That's two tails on the 8th hour. So could be a wedge, but it could also be a flat top triangle here. So in other words, come back, test this level, keep doing this for the rest of the week, and then you've got a flat bottom triangle. So if you do break above this and build a base on this, then there's a probability of us getting some longs in. But for now, nobody knows what's going on. If you look at the size of the bars in relation to everything else that's been going on in the last couple of weeks, this is still a confused state. So when we get down to the 3 hour, nothing really changes. Tails to the upside, tails to the downside. Big confusion. Oscillators not giving us any information, so might as well just ignore that. You've got some pin bars here this week, so that's just indicating there are buyers that feel that this is an opportunity to buy the euro, sell the dollar. But have a look at what happened yesterday. So the trade was there off this zone of 107,885 and 107,808, and the move down, it was pretty much a pin bar which we didn't get to. Let's just see what. So there is your first take profit area. It's right here, 107,468. Another reason why you always try to take your profit as often as possible, but you would have seen this clearer on the 15-minute. So there was your first attempt, then you had a pullback, and I'm just going to give you this. Was it a daily high? Yep, there's your daily high. So the daily high is obviously going to be a little bit more important than the level below, and the level below can be fine-tuned onto the pin bar here. So you can see here's the level where you can see support was found here. So that was 107,800, but the daily high was right here at 107,838. Let's look at the juicy pin bar here. First almost a hanging man setup, and then a nice juicy pin bar. So the minute that's formed, entries just below it, stop just above it. That's 37, 38 point stop loss. That's nice and juicy, and pretty much straight down. I just want to get, just so you see, you can see there's quite a bit of structure here. See all these tails here. We try to defend it as well, and basically a tweezer bottom on that. So that's kind of the area where I would have got out the minute I spotted something like that. But nevertheless, we got back above the moving averages. So the big question here is this setting up for a turn? And we can't answer that just yet. We'd have to wait to see what transpires for the week at the moment, and that is, you can see complete confusion here if you look at what happened last year and where we are currently. So yeah, I'd be reluctant to be chasing shorts here at the moment, just the way things are turning out. You can see the weekly is ending up to be, want to get rid of some of this noise. So you see the weekly is ending up to be a bit of a pin bar here, and it's a pin bar off weekly structure. There's your weekly structure right there. So this is 107,371. So it is definitely looking like a bit of a pullback in a messy bull trend rather than something which is going to get going again. So bear in mind, we are below the 150 EMA. We need to get above it and build a base, and until we get there, it's going to continue doing this weird big up, big down type stuff. And the moving averages have crossed over, but they are flat. So there's nothing really indicating that we have a strong trend forming. Here you can see what a strong trend looks like on the weekly. So that's kind of my outlook at the moment, which is basically sit on hands and wait and see. This could be a flag, or it could be sort of a flat bottom triangle off a weekly level that is forming. So we're going to obviously need, on the 8th, from the 8th hour perspective, is to get above 107,800, come back, test it before we can even start thinking about that. So at the moment, this is really, I'm going to treat this as a range. So we'll leave it well alone until it breaks the range. Hope it helps.